What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good, everybody? Welcome to Wake the Fuck Up Wednesday, man. Y'all ready to get this popping? Yeah, middle of the week. Some people start dying out. Nah, man. That's where you got to push even harder, y'all. That's where you got to push harder. Push harder, move forward towards that purpose. Keep moving the needle in your life, man. Let's go. Drop a chat. Where you coming in from? What city? What state? You chiming in from the business? Your house? Where you at, man? Drop it in, man. Drop it in the chat. What up, Bryson? What up? What up? What up? What up? Let's go. Let's go, man. We gonna get it popping today, y'all. Wake the fuck up Wednesday, man. Don't be sitting there dying out midweek, man. Come on, man. Stop embarrassing yourself. What up, Reem? What's good, baby? Yeah, let's get it popping, man. I'm gonna give everybody about a minute to jump in. Don't forget, man, put where you coming in from, what city, what state. I see Texas in the house, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna be out there next week traveling, man, for business. Always love going to Texas, man, except for when it's this fucking hot, man. Y'all don't play with that heat, man. But yeah, man, today we're gonna keep it rolling, man. We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna give everybody about a minute to jump in and we're gonna get started, man. Drop in the chat. Again, where you coming in from, man? City, state, rep it, man. Rep where you coming from, baby. Let's go. You know, I stay repping NYC till the day I die, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Wake the fuck up Wednesday. I hope y'all ain't sleeping, man. Ain't no time to sleep. You ain't gonna make money while you're sleeping. That's for damn sure. You can't live in your purpose while you're sleeping. Don't be sleepwalking through life, man. I believe we were all born with an assignment. I believe we were created to lead, to build, to love, to serve, not just to exist. I believe there's a version of you beyond all the noise, beyond the trauma, beyond the applause. And I believe the only way to meet the version that you're supposed to be is to stop performing and start listening. Listening to that whisper that's inside you that's been calling you home all along. But before we dive in today, I need to remind you, this isn't just another live. This is part of a journey. We're building it all month. This month, we're going deep into spiritual foundation and clarity. The internal structure that most high performers out there, they skip. And because if your foundation is weak, every strategy, every relationship, every success you build on top of it, that shit's eventually going to collapse, man. So I'm going to go live 3 times a week, and each live is going to be another chapter, another piece of the blueprint. So if you're here today, you're not just here for motivation, some rah-rah. You're here to reclaim your crown. You're here to rebuild your spirit and to create a legacy that outlives you. So if you were paying attention and here on Monday, you already know we set the stage on why spirituality is your real edge. And today we're going to go deeper, man. What up, Leonardo? I see you, brother. So drop the word legacy in the chat if you're ready to keep building this foundation with me, man, because it's all about legacy, y'all. Drop legacy if you're about creating that legacy and leaving something behind it's not gonna whisper. It's gonna echo your name, baby. Let's go. Drop it in the chat. You say you want clarity. You say you want guidance. And you say you want to know exactly what move to make next. But when was the last time that you actually sat still long enough to hear that answer? Most of y'all are praying for direction while drowning in noise. You're asking God or your higher source for that next step, but you're scrolling between prayers. You're scrolling between that moment that you're supposed to be connecting. You're grinding so hard that the only voice you hear is your ego screaming, more, more. You want to hear the whisper? You want to feel that nudge that shifts your entire life? You can't hear it over the chaos that you're calling success. Drop a fire in the chat if you feel me on that, man. I always told myself that I never stick a needle in my arm. That was my line in the sand. I looked at other addicts and I thought, I might be wild, man, but I ain't far gone like them. That promise, it was my last thread of dignity, my final shield. And then my mom passed away. And me and my mom were like this, man. She was my best friend, my everything. She was my home, my anchor, my safe place. When she left, it felt like the universe ripped my heart out and left me bleeding in an alley alone. The pain, it didn't just ache. That shit devoured me. Every breath was like glass. Every sunrise felt like an insult. Man, I didn't know how to grieve. I didn't know what grieving was. I didn't know who I was at that moment. I didn't know how to sit in that raw, primal pain without trying to kill that shit. So what I do? I ran. I numbed. Pills, bottles, lines of cocaine, anything that promised me 5 minutes of numbness. But no matter how high I got, the pain was waiting for me on the other side. And that whisper, that small, sacred voice, it kept rising. It kept telling me, don't do this. You're better than this. You were meant for more, to live more, to matter more, to love yourself more. But let me tell you, man, grief, that shit don't play fair. It don't care about your promises. It drags you into the basement of your soul and locks the door. I remember the day that I finally broke that last promise. And I couldn't get no more pills. My dealer ran out. And I'm at the barbershop I was going to at the time. And this dude came up to me and he told me he could get dope. He could get me heroin. I said, I'll never do that. I'll never stick a needle in my arm. Telling me it's the same thing. It's even better. Next thing I know, I'm sitting there, needle in my hand shaking like an earthquake. I'm shook. And that whisper came again. Joe, please don't do this. You're betraying everything you said you'd ever become. But I did it anyway. And when that poison hit my veins, it wasn't relief. It was a funeral in slow motion. I watched every piece of who I was supposed to be get lowered into the ground. I looked at the mirror and saw a corpse with a heartbeat. But that whisper, that whisper didn't leave me. It waited. In every dark room, every bathroom, every hospital bed that I ripped the IV out of, on the floor that I woke up on, not knowing if I was alive or dead, that whisper was still there, still whispering to me, you're meant to do more. You're still mine. Come home. Come where you belong, son. I ignored that shit over and over and over again. I thought I was beyond saving. I thought God left the building, but that whisper, it never bounced. It carried me to rehab. And even there, I wanted to run. I wanted to escape. I remember sitting at the edge of the bed. My fists were clenched in rage. I was still mad at God for taking my mom. That rage was burning through me, but the whisper was still there. This is your wilderness. This is where you shed the old skin. Yeah, that whisper was telling me that I got to shed that old skin. That's what I was doing at the rehab. It carried me through the group sessions where I had to confess my illusions of invincibility. The whisper showed up again when I wanted to lie and pretend everything was all good. It said, nah, everything's not all good, son. Tell your truth. Talk about the pain. It's the only way out. That shit carried me through humiliating kitchen shifts, scrubbing dishes, going from making millions of dollars on Wall Street to washing dishes for 180 dudes. Because that was my job at rehab. My ego was screaming, you're above this shit. But the whisper said, nah, you ain't above that. This is humility. This is how we build you again. We have to break you down to build you up, brick by brick, the way you're supposed to be, meant to be. And man, that night, I remember alone in that small room, haunted by my mom's voice and my own failures. The whisper would sit at the edge of that bed with me. And the whisper would say, I still choose you, son. You're chosen for this path. This is what you're meant to be. You're not meant to be that shell of yourself that you were. Get up again tomorrow and keep building. Man, that whisper carried me through every small moment that I wanted to quit. Every morning I felt like dying inside. Every night I thought I wasn't enough. When I finally broke, when I finally was able to tell my sister, man, sis, I'm tired of writing my obituary. I want to begin creating my legacy again. That wasn't me. That was the whisper finally working through me and coming out of my mouth. The whisper didn't just save me once. It carried me through rehab. It carried me through rebuilding my life brick by brick. Through every relapse I had in my mind. Through every boardroom where I almost sold out again and picked up. Through every stage I stepped on wondering, is this enough? Am I enough? Today, that whisper, that's the only voice I trust 100%. More than any applause, more than money, more than the world's empty affirmations. It's the only voice that's never lied to me. Man, if you're feeling what I'm saying about this whisper, man, drop an I feel you in the chat. That whisper ain't your anxiety. It's not your trauma replaying. It's not your insecurity speaking. That whisper is your higher source. Whether you call it God, the universe, the infinite intelligence, Buddha, Allah, I don't care. Whatever you believe, something greater than yourself that's going to help you unlock your fullest potential, reminding you who you really are. That whisper says, leave that deal. It's not aligned with who you are anymore. Say no to that toxic relationship. Rest. You don't need to prove anything to them. Move, even if your knees are shaking. That whisper, it doesn't shout. It doesn't beg. It's an invitation. Because noise feels safe. Noise feels like progress. You think if you keep moving fast, you're winning. But what if every step that you keep moving faster is in the wrong direction? When was the last time that you sat alone? No music, no phone, no calendar, just you and that small voice, that whisper. Keep it real and drop never in the chat if you can't even remember the last time you did that. Be honest, man. Be honest with not just me, and be honest with yourself on the inside. When was the last time you did it? I'm going to give you 4 principles that help you connect and sit still and listen to that voice, to connect to that voice. You got to create intentional silence, number 1. I'm talking about schedule it like it's your biggest investor meeting. No distraction, no back noise. It's just you and your soul. At first, it's going to feel like you're losing time. But in reality, you're gaining eternity. Man, those moments after rehab, sitting alone before the world woke up, those saved me more than any business strategy. I would get up every morning at 4 o'clock in the morning just to be by myself, away from anybody in the rehab, and use that time to start connecting. That's how I started building my relationship. Number 2, honor what you hear. Obedience? Obedience is the amplifier. Every time you act on the whisper, it gets louder. Every time you ignore it, it fades. Not because it leaves, but because you abandon it. The first time you leave that partnership because it's misaligned, you open up the space for true alignment. The first time you say no to a gig that doesn't fit you, you say yes to your real legacy. It's got to be in alignment with who you are. It's got to run congruent with your life, of what you're looking to do with your life. If it ain't aligned, say no to it. Say no is healthy, man. Number 3, you got to detox your noise, man. Audit your circle, audit your feed on social media, audit your calendar. Some noise looks like opportunity out there. Some noise looks like support. But that noise, that shit is spiritual poison. When you detox your mind, your soul, you start clearing the frequency for your assignment. You start clearing out all the toxic energy for all that anabolic energy that your higher source is going to bring into your life. And number 4, you got to document those whispers, man. Write them down immediately. Your mind is going to try to rationalize. It's going to try to push it to the side. Your paradigm is it going to want you to grow. You got to shift that paradigm. I started writing mine in journals, on napkins, on the back of receipts. Write it in your phone on the notepad. Those notes, they became my map, my divine blueprint. When you move from the whisper, you stop selling. You start magnetizing. You stop convincing. You start commanding. You stop chasing in life. And you start embodying. Imagine saying no to $1 million deal because your spirit says no. Imagine stepping off a stage and taking a week off because the whisper says, it's time to rest, son. Imagine leading your family from overflow instead of survival. That's what it's supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be in survival mode. You're supposed to be in overflow mode. The only way you're going to get in overflow mode is by connecting to that higher source. You'll never, ever be able to reach your fullest potential of overflow if you ain't connected. You'll get the trophies. You'll get the applause. But guess what? You're going to go to fucking bed hollow. You're going to have hollow numbers. You're going to have a hollow life. Your soul decays in those moments, in those unlit corners that you keep ignoring. Until one day, you realize you built an entire empire on top of sand, on top of your own grave. Man, let me tell you, I mean, if today's live is hitting your soul, if that whisper is stirring again, don't scroll away. Don't bury it under another dopamine hit. Don't let the algorithm win today, man. The algorithm doesn't control you. You control it. You're in control of your destiny. DM me the word legacy. Not for hype, not for quick motivational hit, because you're finally ready to stop performing and start embodying. Tonight before bed, shut it all down. Turn the TV off. Put the phone in another room. Shut down the computer. And just sit on the floor. Or sit on the chair somewhere. With your feet to the ground. And just breathe. And as you take that deep breath in, ask yourself, what have I been running from? What's that silent voice, that still soft voice trying to tell me? What do I really know, but I keep ignoring because I'm shook inside? Let it come up. Let it break you open. Cry, write, pray, whatever works. And tomorrow, move like you trust it. The whisper isn't here to shame you. It's here to crown you. It's here to put that crown that belongs on your head. It's here to put you in the throne that you belong in. It's here to remind you that you were built for eternity, not just for applause. It's time to start running. It's time to rise. Because you were meant for this. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. DM me the word legacy if you're ready to build something eternal for the rest of your life. And, man, we're going to be back on Friday to continue the series. Same time, same back channel. And I want y'all to stay purposeful and stay blessed, y'all. Let's get it.